Hello again. Thank you for joining me, and today I'm going to do a reading for the ex-president of the United States, Donald Trump. I think he's still calling him the president in America, even when they've left the office. Special greeting to all of my thousands of American followers. Nice to see you all. I'm doing a reading for your ex-president tonight. Will he be a president again? I wonder. And of course, hello to all my other followers all over the planet. Thank you so much for joining me. Let's do a quick psychic tarot reading for Donald Trump, who's trying to become president for the second time. And that would take some doing, probably. I don't really understand American politics, but I'm going to have a look anyway. So what I want to do is look at the next 10 to 12 weeks for Donald Trump. And then after that, we do the interesting stuff at the end, where we look at 3 months separately. So stick around for the end, because that's when the major secrets will hopefully be revealed. Now, these have been shuffled for quite a while. I've been doing them again just a little bit. And let's take a look. Right. Some of this, I mean, I won't understand because I'm not an expert on any kind of politics, let alone American ones. But I still find it interesting when I watch all the news channels about Donald Trump. He seems to have this either love him or hate him thing around him. Let's tell you his negatives first. Well, he's got stress issues, but that's obvious. He's in all the news bulletins. But that actually, hopefully, is drawing not to a close, but it's getting better. But his negatives show if you look at this card here, these are swords. In an ordinary deck, they would be the spades. If you look at the water in the boat, the sides of the boat, one side is calm, the other side is rough. This means that he's going to calmer waters. He's still going to have a lot of troubles with legal stuff and people trying to get in his way. But his stress levels actually go down in the next 2 or 3 months for a while, not necessarily for a long time. But he's chilling out. I think he's going to go on holiday as well. He's going to travel. But I'll tell you about that in a minute if I remember. Let's take a look at the bad stuff. And he hasn't got a lot. I expected really bad stuff here, but there is a problem here. The moon from the Major Arcana. You see that? The dogs are howling at the moon. This card indicates treachery, skullduggery, and backstabbing, almost certainly from a woman, maybe 2 of them. Now, I don't know who that could be. Let me know in the comments who's doing this to him. Somebody's got the knives out for him. May not be yet, but I think it is. But if it's not yet, it's during the next 12 to 14 weeks. Somebody, female, is really not very nice behind his back. And they're stirring up trouble. A cauldron, if you like. Like the Salem witches were accused of. They didn't do, but there's like a lot of bad stuff going on in the background. Let me know in the comments if you know who that could be. I've got an idea who it might be. But there could be more than one of them. Then we have this one here, pretty much similar. These are the ones, the 9 of Wands, which of course in an ordinary deck of cards would be the clubs. And they're linked to the earthly side of life, not the love life side. You see he's got a bandage on his head. This indicates that he's been hurt before. Well, we know that as well. But that's what the cards are saying. He's got the bruises and batterings of previous encounters where people at work are out to do him harm. And these could be people that he works with. So he's got to be very careful. I'm sure he is anyway, but he's got to be careful because there's skullduggery going around. There's people at work that can't be trusted. He's been let down before. Now he's got the baton in his hand, the club in his hand. That makes him defensive. So he knows there's something going on. And he's very cautious who he speaks to. And he's got good reason to be. He needs to be careful. But he doesn't have all that many negatives. A lot of his reading is quite positive. Let's tell you some of the positives. He's got this one here, more wands or clubs. This one indicates things speeding up, things are taking off, especially around his work situation. And he seems to love work. A lot of people are retired at his age, I don't know, but around his career, around his work, things are taking off and they're going to go really fast. He's got to get ready to hit the fast lane because he's going to hit the fast lane. He wants to be ready. What's the word? land running or something. I can't remember what the word is. To get ready to hit the ground running, that's it. He needs to hit the ground running because things are speeding up. Now this includes a lot of information coming to him from solicitors, lawyers, you call them attorneys over there, I think in America. In this country we call them lawyers and that sort of thing, solicitors. But he's got a lot of communication coming from emails, text messages, WhatsApp sort of thing, a lot of information, and he's got to be on the ball to answer all this stuff. But it's all around his work and things are taking off. This card also indicates travel. Now, I mentioned this before. I think that before this year is out, Donald Trump will come to the UK, particularly Scotland. I know he's got links in Scotland, but I think he'll come. It may cause some controversy. I think it did last time, but I think he'll come to the UK. He may visit the King when I'm doing a reading for the King in a day or two, maybe tomorrow, for King Charles. But I think Donald Trump will be coming to the UK soon, and he may do it almost unannounced. So it's quite a surprise. Let me know you heard it here first. If it's not the UK, he's going somewhere in Europe, I'm pretty sure, but I think it's the UK. Maybe he may go to France as well. So his stress levels are coming down. He's got stress levels, as I showed you that. That means he's not sleeping too well. But that's not too bad. He's going to get over that. He's got to watch out who he trusts at work. He's got to watch out for a nasty woman, maybe more than one, could be 2 or 3 of them. The rest of it isn't too bad. This one here, the Page of Swords. Of course, the Page of Spades in an ordinary deck. Well, there isn't a Page of Spades, but it's spades anyway. Look at the clouds behind him, storm clouds. That means there's been storms going on in his life, not with the weather, but in his life. But this card indicates a man who is keeping something from him, is a person that's secretive, who has his own agenda. He's keeping something from Donald Trump. I can't tell you what it is, I don't know, but it may come up before this reading ends. But something's being kept from him by a young person with medium coloured hair, quite a bit younger than Donald Trump. I'm not sure if it's with his work or private life, but this person's got something to hide. He has a hidden agenda, is secretive. Of course, I always say sometimes people keep secrets because they don't want to hurt your feelings. So that may be the case, but I somehow doubt it because he looks a bit stormy. So let's tell you some good stuff. Right. There's a couple more men here. There's this one here, the King of Wands, King of Clubs, of course, in an ordinary deck. This is an advisor. Now, Donald Trump may seem a smart bloke, and I'm sure he is, but he has a good advisor. He probably got a few, but he's got one particular man who he turns to. And I haven't watched the news, I don't know who this is, but there is a man that he goes to. I've watched the headlines. There's a man he trusts. I mean, it could be a woman, but I think it's a man who sits like a king, the king of all his, not a real king, but the king of all his surveys. So he's probably a businessman, an executive, or just one of these professional advisors. This is a person that Donald Trump does trust and he can trust. He's a good bloke. If this man gives advice, he needs to listen to it. I think Donald Trump gives the impression that he doesn't take advice from anybody, but that's not true. He does, as long as it's not someone as long as it's someone who he respects, he will take advice, and he needs to listen to that bloke. Let me know in the comments if you know who that is. And then the other chap here, this is the King of Pentacles, and that, of course, is the King of Diamonds in an ordinary deck. Good card if you play poker, I think. I guess it is. Well, it sounds good anyway, but we play pontoon over here, so it's similar, I think. King of Pentacles is a person linked to cash, finance, money. Now, this person, I believe, will be helping Donald Trump with his problems with the courts and finance and money that they're asking for. I think they're asking for money at the moment. This person will be a continued assistant to him. It's not just a lawyer or an attorney. This is someone linked to cash, finance, money. Could be a banker, could be a top accountant, but he's another person that Donald Trump can trust. So he's not completely surrounded by crooks and criminals and dishonest women. But this one, he can trust, okay? So then we have a lady with dark hair. This lady is very feminine, very smart. She doesn't go around in scruffy clothes. She's very, I think it may be his lady wife. She likes a nice place to live. If she wasn't with Donald Trump, she'd do okay anyway. She's quite able to look after herself. She's a good person, and she's a major theme and figure in his life. She likes comfortable surroundings, she likes nice things, but she's not a grabbing, greedy person. That's just, as I said, if she lived alone, she'd still have a nice place to live. He needs to watch out for her because she's really nice. But there's a slight complication, because here we see he's in contact with someone from his past, and it looks like a lady. So it could be an old girlfriend, or it may just be an acquaintance. But because Donald's quite tall, he looks tall against this lady. You can see the pair there. Something exchanges between them. Could be a gift, could be a photograph, but they're giving each other something, exchange of gifts or something between them. Now this card is going to bring back, this meeting is going to bring back lots of reminiscence. So he's going to be thinking about when he was younger, because it goes back quite a long way, and it's someone he knows from the past. You may know who that is. Let me know in the comments. Please comment and give it a like, this reading, and subscribe to my channel, because in the next few days and weeks I'll be doing readings for King Charles and Prince Harry and Meghan, and I'm going to do a reading for the President, Joe Biden. I've done one for him before, one or two for him before, and there's some good stuff coming through for Joe Biden. Well, interesting stuff. So keep your eye on this channel, click the bell icon, and you'll be notified by YouTube every time I upload a new video. So give me a like and share me with your friends. And thank you for watching. Then we have this one here. This is very interesting, because this one, under normal circumstances, as you can see, it's the Ace of Cups, which is the Ace of Hearts in an ordinary deck of cards. And hearts mean love in most cases, not always. Now, aces also mean new beginnings. So this can mean a new lover, which is not very likely, but it can also mean that the love life you have is becoming new again. Almost like when you renew your marriage vows, and things are taking off and they're getting close. And I think when we pick up his wife here and the new love there, I think they're almost starting again. So it tells me there may have been a few niggly problems, but I think they're getting closer. They're rekindling their love. They may rekindle their marriage vows, I don't know. And but she's big in the reading, she's important. So it's not a gloomy reading. I expected to pick up much more legal stuff than I am. But I can tell you that as the presidential election gets closer, more and more obstructions will be placed in Mr. Trump's way. Coincidentally, of course. It seems that everything will conspire against him in his run-up for the presidency. Now, will he become president or not? I'll tell you in a future reading. It's a bit far ahead yet, but I know what it is. I know what the answer is. But until I'm pretty certain, I'll leave that alone. This is just 12 to 14 weeks. But the legal stuff, he will overcome, I think, because he's got the brains behind him to do that. But it's not going to stop there. There will be people drumming up all kinds of things to get in his way. And I think it's going to make his followers a little bit angry. And it's going to make his enemies a little bit pleased. But let's take a look now at Donald Trump's next 3 months, one at a time. Make sure I haven't forgotten. Oh, yes, I've forgotten this one. The Empress. The Empress from the Major Arcana. Now you look at that girl there, that lady there, beautiful lady. And again, very feminine, but she looks pregnant. Can you see that? She may be pregnant. And some of the symbols around here indicate fertility, all the flowers growing and that sort of thing. The flowers on her dress, or whatever they're grapes, they may be grapes, but they include, or they indicate high levels of fertility. That means Donald's very fertile. Of course, that doesn't mean babies, but it means growth, expansion, things taking off. But as the card shows, it can also mean that somebody near to him is having a baby. So let me know in the comments who you think that may be. I think she's got fair hair, tiny bit overweight, but she would be. She's pregnant. And I think there's a baby on the way. And it's important. It's not someone long distance. It's someone very close. And I think someone's going to, if they haven't already done so, they will announce that they're pregnant very soon. But this also means birth for Donald Trump. He could be reborn. As I said, his love life looks like it's been reborn as well. So things are changing for him. And I think he's been through, he doesn't show it, but I think he's been through hell lately. And it's going to improve. It's going to improve a lot. Let me know what you think. Tell your friends, especially if you're supporters of Donald Trump, that things are improving for him. Tell Donald if you meet him, tell him to watch this video. Let's take a look at the next 3 months. In fact, I think we'll look at 4 months. So we'll look at April, May, June and July. Because we're in March now. So let's have a look. Give these a shuffle. If you have any questions about him, think about them, and if you think deep enough, they may come through in these answers now. What would you like to know about Donald Trump? The president, do we still call him president when they've left the post? I think when you watch the TV series, they seem to refer to them as president, even though they're not president anymore. So I'm not into that, but I guess that's the way it is. Right, let's give it a go. And the next 4 months, starting with April, May, June, and July. April, judgment. May, July, no, nothing dramatic. Judgment here. Just take a look at those pictures. Very interesting. I hope you can see that. I hope it's focused. Judgment means that Donald Trump in April will get exactly what he deserves. So if he's been naughty, he's going to pay for it. If he's been good, he's going to get rewarded. It's a karma card, really. It means you're going to get karma. If he's been bad, he'll pay for it in April, or because of April. It may happen months ahead, but something in April will make sure that Donald Trump gets karma and gets what he deserves. Maybe later down the line. If he's been good, he gets rewarded. But it also means that if somebody's been bad to him at any stage in his life, even way back, they will get their karma in April. They will get their comeuppance. Watch the news. You may see it on the news. Something's going to happen in April where everybody around Donald Trump gets what they deserve. It may be payback time. Very interesting. I told you this would get interesting at the end. Judgment for Donald Trump in April. If you're watching Donald, get ready. Because only you know if it's good or bad. We don't know for sure. Now, the month of May, we have this lady, the Queen of Cups, which of course is the Queen of Hearts in an ordinary deck of cards. Now, she lives by the coast, or she comes from the coast. She may not live by the coast now, but she's from the coast. This lady is beautiful. Beautiful inside and outside. She's feminine, she's graceful, she's peaceful, and she's the Queen of Hearts. This lady could be psychic. Well, she not could be, she is psychic, very intuitive, very spiritual, and she's important to Donald Trump. Now, believe it or not, and you may not, I got a feeling that Donald Trump seeks advice from people like me, and I think this lady could be a clairvoyant or a medium or both. He may not know that she is, but I think this lady will give him advice. I think she's lovely, someone he can really trust, and I think she's very important. And this too may make the newspapers. If it hasn't already, you may know more than me. Let me know in the comments. Who is the Queen of Cups to Donald Trump? She's around in the month of May, if not before. Now in June there's travel, and that's what I thought he would come here before that, but he's coming to the UK, I'm pretty sure, and I think he looks as though it might be June. Could be earlier, but that's travel, that card. This is the Two of Pentacles, which of course is the Two of Diamonds. And diamonds mean cash, money. And this bloke there on the card is balancing it. You see that? He's doing a balancing act. This means that in that month, June, Donald Trump will do a balancing act with his money, with his finances. He's got to sort it out. He's got no choice. He's got to do a balancing act to sort everything out. If he doesn't do it, he'll be forced to do it. But it also means that he's balancing with his emotions. He's doing a balancing act with the way he feels. He's sort of weighing people up, working people out. He's very good at that, by the way. People don't pull the wool over this man's eyes very easily. It's a very smart bloke, and that's probably why he became the president before. Watch out for that month. He's balancing stuff out in the month of June. He's got to balance out his finances. And July, we'll finish for now, and then we'll do another reading in a few weeks, well, in a short time, week or two. July, his ships are coming in. You see that? The chap looking out to sea is waiting. Donald Trump is waiting and his ships are coming in July. That means financial improvement, quite significant financial improvement in the month of July this year. Let me know if you know what that means. You'll know more if you live in the USA than we do over here, obviously, but he's waiting patiently, and I think his ships will come in July. When my ships come in, I'll be at the airport probably. But this is a good reading. This is far better than I expected. I thought this would be a really bad reading, but it's not. So if you know Donald Trump, tell him to watch David Charles Psychic. If any of you would like a psychic reading with me on the phone from anywhere in the world, go to my website. I'll put it down there. It's davidcharlespsychic.com. I also have over 120 psychics that work for me. They're approved by me because I am the owner and founder of David Charles Psychic Limited. If you want a reading with any of them, go to the website. They'll read for you 24 hours a day. And it's davidcharlespsychic.com or David Charles Psychic Limited. Thank you so much for watching. Please give me a like. Share me with your friends. What's the other bits you have to do? Subscribe to the channel. Helps my alligatorithms. Algorithms. And spread it around if you would. And make some comment. I'll try and answer the comments if I can, because you know more about this, especially if you're in America, than I know. But I'll be doing a reading for Donald again in a few weeks, or maybe less, to see how he's progressing further down the line. For the moment, it doesn't look too bad if you're a Donald Trump fan. If you're not one, then your comments may be more interesting down there. Let me know. Thank you so much for watching. Remember my motto, everybody. Think lucky and you'll be lucky. Think love and you'll be loved. And I love all of you. Take it easy. See you soon. Catch you later.